Hello Aquarius, and I'm Ulrich. I'm a normal card reader, but this time we will use the financial deck for your card reading. The deck contains 44 cards, and we will do the reading with the 3 cards that here in front of me. You can also see 4 objects here in front of me, meaning we will do 4 card readings for each astrological sign for the month of October, and this video here is for the sign of Aquarius. Now, from these 4 objects, you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current financial situation or the advice that you are receiving from the cards regarding that financial situation. Of course, you can watch all 4 videos related to the Aquarius sign, and then you can decide which symbol or which video is fitting your card reading the best. The matches here represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell, it represents the water element. So Aquarius, here we go for your card reading for October 2021. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to the shell or the water group for your card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I mentioned that since 27 September, Mercury is going retrograde, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that contract actually binds you to something. It's not a good thing to do. You will also see that your bus is late, your train is delayed, your flight is canceled, packages that need to be delivered at your home, they are at the wrong destination, the containment is wrong. These are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. The reason is because our mind, the mind of all people, is working a little bit slower during that time. Also, it's not a good idea to buy cell phones or for instance, laundry machines. Why? Because these things are connected to warranties, and there could pop up a warranty problem or something with the contract itself. Anyway, the general idea here is not to sign any contracts whatsoever. If for some reason you are obligated or you choose to sign a contract, double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible after you don't want the article, you disagree with the contents of the contract, there's some clauses you didn't see, and you cannot get out of the contract anymore, or you need to pay a big fine. So anyway, during that time, it's best not to sign any contracts at all. Anyway, coming back to Aquarius, to the water group, the first cards that we see here is our needs. We are all individual, and we have all different needs, and what is necessary for one person is different for another person. But this card wants you to distinguish what are your real needs. So you need to take time. This card asks you to compare your situation and what is fundamentally necessary for you, what you buy, and what is optional. So this card asks you to make an analysis of your current situation and to distinguish what you are obligated to buy and what you desire to buy. So if you do so, you make a precise analysis, you will be able to distinguish what did you buy in the last months, what was not really necessary. And maybe there are things, if you reflect over them, that you could have done without, because else this card would not be here. By eliminating these incidental purchases, you will, if you avoid these, you will be able to quickly be resilient. You will be able to recover fast from things that maybe made your financial situation difficult. Maybe you are in a difficult financial situation because we have the heavy card here of the deck in the side. So maybe you have some difficulties, and that's why you need to be resilient in this situation. So, but this card tells you anyway to distinguish your needs and buy what is absolutely necessary and leave the other things that you don't need, because probably you are in a difficult financial situation. The second card that we have here is the card of resilience. So it means that we need to recover from our difficult situation. Maybe there's some kind of insecurity in your current situation. Maybe it's even very difficult. And this card asks us to be resilient. We need to reflect over our situations. We need to act over the pros and contrasts in our financial situation. This card also tells you not to be sorry. You need to get back on your feet. You need to find solution. You need to be persistent. You need to learn from this experience. And you need to change. For instance, this is what this card tells you. You need to change. If this situation is caused by your impulsive buying, or you bought too much, this card tells you you need to learn about this situation. Of course, if you're in business and your business has gone through a severe time, that is something else. But anyway, these two cards point here to even if it's related to your business, just go in your basics again, be resilient. Here, this is what this card tells you. Here, this card tells you to beware. If you have certain weaknesses, you need to turn your weaknesses in your advantages. So don't focus on bad luck, because it don't really exist, bad luck, but you must see it as an obstacle to overcome, and you need to learn a lesson and bounce back. This card tells you you're able to bounce back. You need to apply resilience, and when the storm is calmed, you will be recovered and you will learn an important life lesson. The last card is the card of bankruptcy. It's a heavy card, so it means that probably you are not in an easy financial situation. Maybe even at nights you wake up about your financial situation. If your situation is really severe, this card asks you to, for instance, to ask advice of a bankruptcy specialist if your business is in trouble. And also this card tells you if you do that, you need to be aware this is going to have severe consequences on you, because if you ask a professional to help you, you will need to make some balances. There are some things that will be budgetary no longer possible. There will be advantages, disadvantages. So you need to make sure that you understand the impact if you ask a person to help you for a financial plan. This decision that you make, it will have consequences, and probably you will need to change your lifestyle in a different way. There will be radical changes. Consumption habits will need to change. You will need to budget here, as we saw. You need to be resilient. So this is what we see here in this combination. However, if you did not reach the point of bankruptcy, but you still have financial worries, this card tells you to take action. Don't spend anymore what you don't have. Control your behavior and avoid hitting the wall or coming in financial severe problems. So this card, when it's here, it tells you this is the last stop. So Aquarius, for the water group, this is all for now. Thank you for watching this card reading. If you enjoy this card reading, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. Please watch also my traditional videos about the Lenormand card readings. You can also find on my channel. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, and see you maybe next time in my other videos. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to the Aerosol or the Air Group for your card reading for October 2021. This is for Aquarius for the Air Group. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September up to 18 October, Mercury is going retrograde. It's not a good time during that period for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under. It's not a good idea to do so. You will also see that your bus is late, you are in traffic jams, packages that need to arrive in your home are delivered in the wrong place, the containers is wrong. This is all because the mind of all people, the collective mind, is working a little bit slower during that time. Also, it's not a good idea to buy cell phones or householding equipment. Why? Like laundry machines, for instance. Why? Because these are connected to warranties, and the warranties is connected to the contract. So if you can avoid, this is advised for avoiding things to buy during that period. If, however, for some reason you feel obligated, you have no choice but signing, or you decide to do so, so double, triple check the fine print in the contract, because it's possible after you change your mind. You cannot get out of the contract anymore. You didn't see certain clauses in the contract. You want to get out. You need to pay a fine for getting out. You cannot anymore, and the circle is starting. So during that period, it's best not to make any agreements or contracts at all. So coming back to the card laying here, for Aquarius for the air group. So the first card that we see here is the card of, it's the price of our conscience, the awareness reflecting that we do. So this card asks you to think about your current situation. Probably with this card, this card wants you to become aware. Maybe there are some things you can improve. Mostly if we have this card, it means that we can improve ourselves financially more if we apply certain things. Here, this card tells you that you have the ability to improve yourself, but you need to make a plan. This card tells you not to maintain status quo, but improve. You need to be aware that there can be unforeseen events in life, and this can influence the course of our life. So this card tells you to manage your finances and take time to reflect. If you want to improve more, maybe you need to make a list to how you want to improve, what you would like to do, like to improve for your financial condition, and what you don't like. So here it's like you need to make up a balance, how you can improve yourself financially. This is not about card laying, but this card wants you to improve, and this is a general card laying for improvement. So this card tells you, the first one here, list your present and future fears and your wishes, and make a plan of action to make it happen. By working step by step, you will give yourself a different perspective. You will have like an eagle who flies in the air, and you will have a better overview how you can improve yourself. Sometimes we get carried away and we spend a little bit too much, but I think here this is about general improvement of our life, and we need to become aware how we can improve ourselves. The second card here that we see here is about certain awards that we give ourselves. For instance, you come home and it's very cold and you give yourself a glass of milk with honey, or you're in a very hot climate and you drink some, for instance, iced tea with some ice. So this is what we call a reward, a small reward. So in life, we have very few rewards. But people reward themselves if they work hard. But this card is actually a little bit like that you need to be careful here. You can reward yourself, but you must not overdo it, this card says. Don't destroy the efforts that you have made for so far, because these are progress cards. So it's possible that you made some progress here, but don't destroy the progress that you made so far. Of course, you deserve a reward, this card says, but is it wise to do so? So think today for certain compensations that interest you, but that don't make your wallet bleed. For instance, do things that don't cost money. Take a walk, listen to music, get a book in the library, watch a movie on the internet. Things that are small and that don't cost money, but that you know that they will bring you a certain satisfaction and that don't cost money. It doesn't matter if it's something you do in action or that you are idle, but just make a list of what make you tick and find rewards that don't cost money. This is what this card is about. The last card is that probably you have a lot of loved ones around you, people who like you or love you. And of course, you love these people around you. You love your children, you love your friends, you love your family. And this card says probably you show affection to them and you spoil them. Here, this represents that we give them gifts, a present, or we take them out to dinner, we go to restaurants. You express all these feelings in rewards, in dinners. And year by year, you want always to improve these gifts to them, which make their eyes shine. And but this card tells you that we cannot buy love. Here, this card tells you rather than shopping or giving presents, actually the most expensive gift that we can give to our loved ones is time. Time is the most expensive good of our current society. We all work hard. we have no time, we have no very few private moments with the people around us. And this card tells you, instead of spending it in money, try to adjust your system. Try to spend time as a present with the people around you. Sometimes, if we do so, this creates certain memories that we carry for the rest of our days with us. Small, stupid anecdotes that make us smile after, if we look back, come from stupid anecdotes and things that we experienced with the loved ones. So here, this card tells you to be gentle with yourself and see the positive impact that it will have if you spend time with the people around you, and don't see this that you need to do this in a financial way, but more in a way for spending your time with it. So, Aquarius, for the water group, this is all for this month. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. And please watch also my other videos on the channel, the classic Lenormand readings. And thank you for spending your time on my channel and for watching my videos. Anyway, see you next time and see you in my other videos. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for the month of October for your financial card reading 2021. Before we start, I mention it in every group, Mercury is still going retrograde. It started on 27 September. It goes up to 18 October. During that time, it's not a good idea to sign any form of contracts, anything you need to put your name under that contractually binds you to something. It's not a good idea to do so. You will also see that your bus is late, packages that need to arrive in your home are wrongly delivered, the containers is wrong. During that time, a lot of things go wrong because our mind, the mind of all people, is going a little bit slower. Also, it's not a good idea, for instance, to buy a cell phone or some like equipment for the house, like laundry machines. Why? These things are connected to a contract, and there could pop up some problem after. But if for some reason you feel obligated, you have no choice of signing a contract, please double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible after you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract, you cannot anymore. If you want to get out, you need to pay a big fine. You didn't read some clauses in the contract, you don't like the clauses that are in the contract, but you cannot change anymore. So the best thing to do during that period is not to sign or agree with any contracts whatsoever. So Aquarius, we continue now with the Stone group for October. The first card here is the card of food. It means that our health is also worth a lot of money. So this is what this card is about. This card tells you to spend money and eat healthy foods. This card also, it tells us probably you take a lot of takeout. Probably in this group of people, there's a lot of takeout food. But also if you take a lot of takeout food, it costs you money. This is what this card is about. Maybe in that area, you spend a lot of money, and maybe you can re-budget there by cooking yourself. And this will have two consequences. The first thing that it will have as a consequence is that you will save a lot of money because you don't take the takeout anymore. And the second is that you will save a lot because you cook healthy. You do your own cooking, your food will be healthy, there will be less fats. So you will have a more healthy lifestyle, and it will have a positive effect on your body, and you will even lose weight if you don't want to. So this card tells you to take care of your health. You need to review your household management, the expenses related to it, and you can do this by cooking yourself. So this card tells you take your pots and pans back out of the closet, start cooking more, and learn the art of cooking again. Re-evaluate the culinary arts. You will eat better, you will feel healthier, and of course, financially, it will be a winner for you. The second card here that we have is the card of luck. There's a saying that money don't bring happiness, but as we all are aware of, we need money to live. we have our basic needs, and if these are covered, there is then the fulfillment that we have. But if that is reached, maybe sometimes the distinguishment between the real essential needs and where we want to go is no longer there. And this card asks you, what do you want? Some of us like to travel more, like to spend more, but if you spend more money, this doesn't necessarily make you more happy. It doesn't give you a guarantee on happiness or a feeling of completeness. So this card asks you to take a break and think about your pursuit of happiness. There are several possibilities here. Some people like to live like a status of kings, and other people are happy with a simpler life. So this card asks you to distinguish yourself where you are. This card also tells you that money doesn't necessarily make happy. If this would be the case, then the question is, why are so many of the super rich unhappy? So this is what this card tells you. So this card tells you that you need to enjoy the little things in life. You need to appreciate those around you, the love you get to receive from people, spend time with the people around you, because that is the real deal. The third card that we have is that you probably have reached some accomplishments in your life, because this is the card of achievements. And you see that you are improving in your life. You probably see the fruits of your hard labor that you did in the last years or in the last months. And this card tells you to appreciate these victories if you improved. Here, this card tells you that you have reached a certain point, but you can even improve more. So this card asks you if you have a plan on the long run, on the long term. Can you make changes to improve yourself even more? Are there things that you can change for improving yourself more? And can you remove things that are no longer working for you? This is the card of modification for improving yourself more. Here also, if you don't realize that you have advanced, just write down where you come from and where you are now. In life, there is no big or small success. It's like an accumulation of all. The important thing is here, in your eyes, this card tells you you need to realize that you have advanced. You have advanced in your life, and you need to be happy and see that you have luck. You are lucky. Also, you need to eat healthy. So appreciate the progress that you have made and persevere and keep persevering and be happy where you are now. So Aquarius, for the Stone Group, this is all for this month. I hope you are happy with this card reading. If you do, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are also following me here on this channel. And also you can check out the classic Lenormand readings that we do every month for each sign. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time on my channel, and see you in my other videos. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your card reading for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that since 27 September up to October 18, Mercury is going retrograde. So this is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you put your name under that contractually binds you. It's not a good thing to do during this period. Also, you will see that your bus is late, your flight is canceled, you're more in traffic jams. These are all things that are happening during that period. Also, it's not a good idea to buy cell phones, laundry machines. These things are then connected to the contract, and something can go wrong with the warranties. Anyway, the general idea here is not to sign any contracts at all. If, however, for some reason you have no choice, you are obligated to sign the contract or you want to sign, double check, triple check the fine print, because it's possible after you change your mind, you want to get out of the contract, and there are some clauses in the contract that you cannot get out anymore. Or there are some things you disagree with in the contract, and if you want to get out, you need to pay a big fine. So anyway, the point here is stay away from contracts during that period if you can. Coming back to the card reading for the fire group for Aquarius for October. This first card that we see here is the card of proportions. So here this card tells us that you are the only one who can estimate the real value of the money that you earn. And it wants you to compare what you earn to your expenses. For an example, a monthly payment for somebody home for the house is different for a family who's living in a poor country and that lives on one salary. So $2 or €2 is very different for them than people who are working with two persons in a European country, or if you are if they come from a high-heeled family, as they say. $2 for some people in current conditions, because there's a lot of problems in the world now during this pandemic and the wars going on. So this card tells us here that for those people, $2 can mean the difference between eating and not eating anymore. So this card wants you to realize that you need to balance your budget to what you earn and what you spend. Maybe you are not aware of this, but this card tells you that you need to become aware of that and that you need to balance your budget. So you need to establish a relationship between the outflow of your money and the salary. This card tells you that you are the one who is counting and in charge of the proportionate balances. You need to ask yourself also if these things that you buy or that you consider important, are they really important? So you need to relativize your current expenses and educate yourself more so you can balance your expenses, because we see here the card of the balance here, the last card. So this is the card, this is about balanced spending, this lane. So if you make your expenses in proportion in what you earn, you will advance. And this card asks you if you live beyond your means. The second card is the card of superfluous. It's the card of things that we buy that are superficious, that are actually not necessary. But I will go in more details here. This card asks you if you have lately made a lot of purchases that were not really necessary. Have you done some purchases and is some money going up in smoke without really generating value? So this card asks you to take a few minutes, assess your expenses from the previous weeks, output your bills, your credit, debit cards, and check what you have paid. And also the things that you paid cash that you maybe are already forgotten about. This card tells you to calculate the sum of these incidental costs and then check what you could have been avoiding. And then follow here out is you need to think, if you didn't spend that money, what could you have offered yourself that you really need now or in the future? Maybe there's some things that you want in the future. Maybe you want to take a trip. Maybe you want to make some changes in your house. Maybe you could have used that money for that. This card tells you to balance it. This card gives you the opportunity to think if you really need to do superficious spending. So this card tells you, if you can, to change your habits of the way you buy things. The last card is the card of remuneration. It means This card means that actually we are in the balance. We need to balance ourselves out. This card sometimes also points that we are probably waiting on an increase of salary. And you probably wonder, or you think, what are the possibilities that you have in your company and how you can even progress more in your company, which is of course a good thing. But then the card wants to ask you questions. This card asks you, do you think that an increase of salary would really do you the greatest good? This card tells you maybe that is not the case. Because sometimes, regardless of what we earn, our annual salary or monthly salary, sometimes if we improve financially, we tend to spend more. So an increase of salary doesn't have necessarily a positive effect. It has a positive effect if you keep your expenses in proportion. But in most cases, this is not so. So this card tells you, instead of waiting on the improvement of your salary, reevaluate the way that you spend. This is what this is about. So invest your efforts in a better management from your daily expenses related to superficial things that you buy. By doing so, you will have a better chance for improving your financial situation in general. So, Aquarius, for the fire group, this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. And please watch also my other videos, my Lenormand videos that are also on my channel. Thank you for doing so. Thank you for spending your time on my channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.